Hello, and welcome to a lesson on creating an awesome LinkedIn profile. This is the first of 4 workshops designed to help job developers or employment support professionals leverage this incredible networking tool. Most people associate LinkedIn with a platform to get a job, and if you're one of those people, you're half right. Of LinkedIn's over 300 million regular users, you can bet that half of them are looking for a job or looking to hire people. The other half are looking for business opportunities. So actually, 3/4 of the monthly users are folks you want to connect with. Your instructors are Deb Russell and Pam Toole. Deb is the CEO of Deb Russell Inc. Her goal is to solve employment issues by bridging the gap between business and disability, helping hundreds of companies, schools, state agencies, and nonprofits. I've worked on both the inside and the outside, and now I help companies improve sources of talent and help sources of talent improve companies. I create online courses, coaching, and consulting to help both sides come together and create smooth, high-value partnerships that bridge the gap between business and disability. Pam is the lead employer outreach consultant for Seek. She's passionate about connecting people to ideas, to systems, to solutions, and to their individual abilities. Her leadership style is one that taps into strengths to develop teams where expertise of each member is sought and supported, and employers are freed up to do great things together. She strives to leave no stone unturned in making sure that the right hand knows what the left hand is doing when navigating the complexities in organizations and projects. She's a natural communicator, vigilant in maintaining strong channels that connect us and spread awareness about positive outcomes. She loves to generate good ideas together and make them happen. A profile is a tricky component of any social media platform. Think of it like you do an interview. You want to appear attractive, a good fit, attentive, ambitious, experienced, and most of all, you want to appear to be exactly what they need. Who's they? Well, we'll get to that in a second. LinkedIn is a social media platform that offers something very different than Facebook and Instagram by focusing on the content and quality of information and true connections versus likes and friends. LinkedIn wipes away the distractions and flashy whiz bang and focuses on substance. It's also the most crucial one-stop shopping experience for knowing who's hiring, when, and why. Therefore, your profile needs to serve a job developer's primary purpose, and our goal is to help people find jobs. So we help with strategy and skill building for candidates and connect with the businesses that need the labor that these job seekers can offer. As professionals, we are compassionate and truly care about the job seeker's outcome, but our education and system do not offer great training and support on the sales and networking aspects of serving people with disabilities well. And so we turn to tools like LinkedIn. Using LinkedIn starts with leveraging all of the real estate the platform affords to you and your profile. In this lesson, we'll cover 6 areas: the picture, banner, headline, about or summary section, featured content, experience, and skills. Today's workshop will walk you through how to maximize your chances to appear attractive to others. This isn't about dating. You want to attract anyone who's using search tools to find you. And once someone finds you, whether through search, connections, or content, you want them to stay engaged. LinkedIn is your greatest tool because it offers you incredible information and access to those that you are on a quest to find. In other words, you can find job opportunities, but not the direct way that you're accustomed to. I mean, yeah, you can use LinkedIn as a version of Indeed or For those of us who are a tad older, the want ads, LinkedIn can open doors each day to you 10 times over any other mechanism. The technology is the greatest Rolodex, which you younger generations call contacts, and LinkedIn calls connection. And it also offers you industry and company information that rivals devoting hours to Google searches. The first workshop is focused on your appearance within LinkedIn, and the remaining ones will be focused on how to use it. So hang on, because if this feels a little muddy, clarity will come. But we have to start with the basics, and that means starting with the profile and all of its real estate. Be sure to stretch out and use it all. The phrase, "don't judge a book by its cover," is excellent conventional wisdom for us. But we can't rely on it for those that we're interested in, interacting with, and especially those we want to influence. And influencing employers is our number one job. That's what this entire series of workshops is about, playing the LinkedIn game. So LinkedIn gives you a spot to post a photo, and if you don't upload anything, it'll look like this. When I see this blank avatar on someone's page, it conveys to me that they don't care enough to upload it, that they're too lazy. And that's actually true about all parts of the profile, but especially the profile picture. It also can convey that we have no confidence. And in the world of business and employment, that's just not a message we want to convey. Your profile picture should reflect professionalism, trust, and warmth, be clear, well lit, and include smiling and eye contact. Here's a few tips. Have someone else take the pic. No selfies, please. Use natural lighting on a sunny day. Select a neutral and non-distracting background. And the recommended size is 400 by 400 pixels. So if putting a pic of yourself on LinkedIn profile is intimidating you, I get it. I was lucky enough to have the chance to have a professional photographer take my photo. And she told me how to pose, took like 300 pictures of me, and coached me through the entire process. And not everyone has that resource. But we all know someone who can hold up their phone and snap a bunch of pics. And then we can choose the best one. When you're doing this, be mindful of the background behind your head and the lighting on your face. Taking it outside is the best option, but do it with the sun in a direction where you don't need to squint. Some agencies, like Seek, actually get a photographer to volunteer their time or seriously discount their fees so that the entire staff can get a good headshot. But you can use a family member or a friend or a fellow employee. Look straight at the camera lens. Have the headshot be from your shoulders up, and don't forget to smile. Now, if this is you, and you are adamant that there is no way you'll post a picture of yourself on LinkedIn, the next best thing is to put in an avatar or a logo. If you choose avatar, you need to be sure that it's a professional image, that it makes sense, and it appears clean and clear. For example, don't pick a dog's face unless your industry is related to dogs. You can use any number of free stock image sites. I prefer Pixabay and the stock imagery in Canva, but there are literally dozens. You just simply sign up. I did a simple search for blonde woman and got these. If you're a modern job development student, you already know that we actually picked one of these for our salesperson video. If an avatar is your choice, select one that looks somewhat like you and appears professional. So in these examples, I don't recommend the cheerleader unless it's truly fitting your personality, which for me, it isn't. If you already have an avatar for other reasons, you can also use that as long as it conveys professionalism, warmth, and trust. As a last resort, you can put a logo in the space where a picture goes. That is, if you're dead set against your photo or an avatar. Again, we don't recommend this step. Personally and professionally, I find it confusing when I see a person's profile pic is actually a logo. It leaves me wondering if they're representing themselves as a professional or an organization. And when we get to company pages, I think a logo is the best way to go. But for the profile pic, I highly suggest a photo of you. Think of the banner as wallpaper. The key to this is to be mindful that your profile pic covers up part of the lower left corner. What you see here in this slide is the default, the blue background with some constellations of stars. If you do nothing, this is what will show. And it's pretty enough. But to me and many LinkedIn users, it just says that you're too lazy to create a simple banner and add it to your profile. So don't leave this part blank. I use a variation of my logo, but you can use images representative of work or your geography, or your agency may have a template for you to use. Some people use the banner as advertising space for an issue or an event that they want to publicize. You want to make sure it's eye-catching, but not distracting. And it's better to keep it more graphics-based than words. I used Canva to create mine for this workshop, but you can use any graphics resource you want. Again, just don't leave this blank. I tend to disregard people who have left the banner blank, just like the profile pic. To me, it sends that message that they just don't care enough to put something in. Even a rectangle of a neutral color is better than the blank default design. For about 5 years, I left the banner on my profile as the default. I mean, I like blue-green and I like stars. Why not? But when I actually started using LinkedIn, I realized that the message I had been conveying by not taking the time to create one, and I'll confess, I didn't do it because I didn't know how, and I thought it would be expensive, and I definitely have no talent when it comes to graphic design. But I learned how easy it is to make a banner in Canva, even with the free version of Canva. So I have a quick video here to show you how to do it. You log into your account. Go to the search bar, type in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn banner will pop up. You select that, scroll through the options they have, pick something simple, and again, remember, your profile pic will be in the left corner. So I picked this one. Again, simple, clean, professional looking. And then you can add elements to it like text. So I got extra cutesy here, and I added the LinkedIn workshop. Onto the computer screen. And I made the text. Then you want to make sure you save your design by naming it. And click download. Then you take the downloaded image and you load it into your profile. When I used the Canva template, I realized that it actually was not in the right dimensions. LinkedIn recommends that your banner's dimensions are 1584 by 396 pixels. So I had to go back into Canva and resize my banner, and I added in a few branding elements. The next piece of real estate to be concerned with is the headline. Your headline is a chance to keep people from swiping on to the next person in their search or in their feed. With 120 characters, you want to make it enticing enough for a prospective employer to click on your profile and learn more about you and hopefully connect with you. Leverage search optimization by using keywords that will help you come to the top of anybody's search. But be very aware that the first 40 to 50 characters are the ones that really count. When you're going through your network and there are recommendations made based on others who you're already connected with, notice that only the first 40 to 50 characters show, And then there's no lips. You want to be sure that you capture people's attention who are looking for good labor solutions, and you want them to find you. So avoid the ellipse and make sure that the first 40 to 50 characters are solid. And then you can add more. Since you want to leverage LinkedIn for local connections, you want to be sure to mention your geography. I recommend including your state as well as your community, neighborhood, county, or city. For instance, there are 3 states that have a county named Cook. Although your office may be located in one location, be mindful to define your geography in terms of where your job seekers can and want to work. Using Chicago as an example, your office may be in the Ravenswood area, which is in Cook County, but because of access to public transit, typically job seekers are willing to travel to Lake and DuPage counties as well as Cook, so you may want to specify that in your headline. Also, your LinkedIn headline can be your tagline or a version of it when you're introducing yourself in person to people. It's nice when you can make that happen, since it adds consistency to your branding. Here's a couple of examples of a well-designed headline. Helping back-of-the-yards Chicago businesses find the right employees. Acme Industry. Creating effective, modern job developers who serve Americans with disabilities. Deb Russell Inc. Bridging the gap between business and people with disabilities via training, consulting, and online education. Your ultimate objective is to help businesses find you and your job seekers as a solution to their business's problems. When your LinkedIn profile provides this information, prospects will understand who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Remember that there's a tremendous difference between a job seeker's headline and a service provider's headline. This person's headline makes it obvious that they are looking for a job. It says, quote, responsible, hardworking, dedicated professional leader in nonprofit sector. And even their About section, which we'll go into next, continues to promote the fact that she's looking for a job. And I hope that's her intention. But for the purposes of our workshop, this slide is an example of what not to do to promote your services. But it's not a bad example if you actually are looking for a job instead of promoting your job seekers for employment. Okay, now let's talk about your About section, which is also called a summary. Most people, unfortunately, use it as their resume. However, this is your commercial, your brochure, your opportunity to explain to prospective employers who you are, what you do, and how and where you do it. The About section allows for 2,600 characters. That is really valuable real estate. You don't have to use it all. And there's an advantage to being concise, as not everyone will read all the way down. Be sure to use bullets to list things and to add white space. I know I'm constantly tweaking mine as I learn how to be more concise. Our About section needs to serve as a narrative and also give some insight as to who we are. Venn Gresso is a premier agency that helps sales organizations develop and improve their sales efforts. And I'm quoting them when I say, you should focus on being a resource, not saying, hey, look at all that I've accomplished, which is promotional, but to say, hey, look at how I can help you solve your problem, which in our business is finding good labor. Emphasize the value that you and your job seekers provide. Include your why. Include quantifiable results that you have achieved or facilitated. Also, tell stories about success. Remember to keep them general enough unless you have permission to reveal a company or employee's identifying information. The attached workbook offers you a chance to review helpful questions that will help you craft your About section. Maybe you want to focus on quality versus quantity, but keep first and foremost in your mind that you want to talk about what employers are interested in, not what you're interested in. Include aspects of your career and life ladder that may offer a glimpse of who you are outside of your job, but you want to connect it back to the services you offer. Did you go on a safari and gain some insight about how to better serve businesses competing in the jungle of our economy? Things like that are pretty cool to include. The next valuable piece of real estate is relatively new to LinkedIn, but incredibly important. They now allow you and encourage you to upload media to help tell your story and sell your services. Everyone's using video these days, and I'm sure your agency is no different. LinkedIn is like an extension of your website, Facebook page, YouTube channel, and other paid advertising space. But even better, you can move beyond video to slide presentations and audio recordings. Do you have a testimonial from a business? Have them send you an audio recording that you can feature via your LinkedIn profile. Now let's move on to the experience section of your profile, which people typically mistake as a resume as well. You want this to combine your bio and your resume. You want to leverage this space as a chance to highlight your accomplishments as well as your tenure with different employers. You want to highlight opportunities to demonstrate meeting employers' needs and facilitating and supporting a solid match. You can use this space as a chance to highlight specific projects, committees, or assignments that added value to job seekers and employers. Have you developed a business advisory committee? That's a really great thing to add as well. Make sure that in there are the dates, objectives, and results. You can use this space to summarize statistics for numbers of employers who have saved money by leveraging a relationship with you versus a recruiting agency or website. Things like that. You can detail with each job, employer, or assignment that you've had your role within each of those experiences and the results that you've promoted. It doesn't have to be specifically related to employment, but you do want to emphasize the service to employers aspect of your role in most of those jobs. Even if you go back to list your high school jobs, talk about how those jobs helped you better understand what employers are looking for and how you used that to inform your services now. Skills and endorsements add credibility. You need that to continue to open doors to new relationships with employers who need your job seekers' skill sets. Try to say that 10 times fast. So start using keywords in your headline and about section that align with the skills that you want listed in this section of your profile. They actually feed each other. The more skills people endorse you for, the more likely you are to be found for those in search of those skill sets. It's kind of cool snowball. We'll discuss how to request skills and endorsements in the workshop on connections. Finally, there are so many other opportunities within the LinkedIn profile, and as you gain comfort within the 6 areas we've covered in this lesson, and gain confidence with using LinkedIn as the greatest job development tool ever, you can explore the power of these other components as well. We look forward to the improvements you make in your LinkedIn profile this week and during the remaining workshops. Your profile can be tweaked and adjusted as you learn what impacts your network. The next workshop will cover creating content on LinkedIn and making your presence known. See you then.